Welcome everyone. In some of the previous tutorials, we have discussed what is supervised machine learning and we also discussed its categories in detail. Now let us take a step further in understanding machine learning and discuss the working of unsupervised machine learning. So we will start off this tutorial by understanding what is unsupervised machine learning. Then we will discuss the complete workflow of unsupervised machine learning. After this, we will discuss the importance of unsupervised machine learning, and in the last we will discuss some of the categories of unsupervised machine learning. So without any further delay, let's jump to the very first topic. Now if I talk about unsupervised machine learning, it is another category of machine learning which does not include any supervision. Instead, in this learning, a model itself evaluates the given data and identify some hidden insights and patterns. We can compare unsupervised machine learning to the process of how human brains learn new things. What overall happens in unsupervised machine learning? So basically, unsupervised learning involves creating models that group information based upon some differences and similarities. Moreover, this is accomplished without providing the model with any categories of data. Basically, in this we use unstructured data for training the model, and these type of learning systems are typically linked to the generative learning model. So let us discuss the working of unsupervised machine learning in more detail. Now if I compare unsupervised machine learning with supervised learning, in supervised learning, data scientist provides system with labeled data, for example photographs of dog that have been tagged so that the system can learn from the data, whereas in unsupervised learning, a data scientist only facilitates the photo without any tag, and it is up to the system to examine the information and determine whether the images are of dog or not. So if I talk about the process of unsupervised learning, the first step in unsupervised machine learning is about training the model using some training dataset. Plus, we will utilize an unsupervised machine learning algorithm on a dataset. These dataset contains data points that are both unlabeled and uncategorized. So here you can see the workflow of unsupervised machine learning, where we will take some unlabeled data. For example, we have taken some images, two dog species. So our machine learning model needs to interpret the raw data and implement some algorithm, and based upon that algorithm it will learn from the data. In the last, it will process the given input and then it will categorize the given data into either groups or clusters. So the main role of the supervised machine learning algorithm is to find the intended pattern from the dataset. So we can utilize photos of dog as an example, and then a supervised learning algorithm can learn to recognize distinctive characters of dog such as tail size, claw shape, etc. Moreover, we can also consider unsupervised learning just like how we human learns and classify things. Imagine you got two unlabeled bottles, one consisting of water and one consists of vinegar. So how would you able to distinguish between both of them? So even if you don't know the name of either of the item, you will be able to distinguish between them based upon various features. For example, a water is non-acidic in nature while vinegar will be acidic. Moreover, you will become more familiar to the flavors after giving each another few tastes. Soon you will able to categorize them. This is comparable to how unsupervised machine learning is used by machines to recognize pattern and categorize data items. So I hope with this you understand the complete workflow of unsupervised machine learning. Let's move forward and let's discuss why we need to use unsupervised machine learning. So there are variety of instances where we need to choose between supervised and unsupervised learning. So there will be variety of instances when we need to choose unsupervised learning instead of supervised learning. Moreover, there will be distinct reasons also to select unsupervised machine learning. So let's discuss some of the key reasons. So very first reason states that data labeling involves a lot of physical effort and cost. So unsupervised machine learning solves this issue and helps learning the data and categorizing it without labels. Now, moreover, finding insightful patterns in the data is made easier with the help of unsupervised learning. Plus, it is far more like how human learns to think by its own experience, putting it closer to true artificial intelligence. Additionally, unsupervised machine learning is required in these real life situations because in actual world we don't have input data that corresponds to desired output. Plus, unsupervised machine learning makes it simple to implement dimensionality reduction. And since unsupervised machine learning can be used to comprehend raw data, it is the ideal tool for data scientists. Now, if I talk about the categories of unsupervised learning, we can categorize unsupervised learning into two major categories. First is clustering and second is association. So let's discuss both of these categories. So if I talk about clustering, in a nutshell, clustering is an unsupervised machine learning technique for organizing objects into clusters. Moreover, it is done in such a way that the objects that share most similarities stays in one group, and the items which share little or no similarity goes into another group. So here on the screen you can see one example where we have some data. Now based upon certain similarities we will create clusters of data. Moreover, with regards to unsupervised machine learning, clustering is a crucial machine learning technique. Its major goal is to study the set of unstructured data and find structure or pattern from it. In addition, as it is unsupervised technique, it learns without supervision, and when processing your data, clustering algorithms will look for any natural occurring cluster or group. There are several different types of clustering algorithms such as hierarchical clustering, probabilistic clustering, or overlapping clustering. We will discuss about all these types further in the tutorial series. Now after clustering, the next type of unsupervised machine learning is association, which is also known as association rule, and this technique is utilized to uncover the connection among the variables. This method establishes the group of items that co-occur in the collection. A simple example of using the association rule is marketing strategy, as it helps to make more efficient decisions. For example, a person who buys a product X, let's consider X as bread, so the person will also buy a product Y, let's say butter. So here bread and butter both occur in same scenario. So market basket analysis is an illustration of association rule in action. So with this we have come to the end of this tutorial session where we have discussed about the workflow of unsupervised machine learning, and we also discussed the two major categories of unsupervised machine learning. So thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next one.